arm triangle. Try to cover some key points for it. So I like to do arm triangle from a low mount with a head and arm control, meaning my arm is underneath his head. I'm creating pressure on his shoulder and this hand underneath. I like this control because it limits the amount of strength that he has with his arms to just simply push it and press you off, as opposed to being here, which is good. I mean, it's still not bad, but he has both of his arms to work on your hips and create space. When I get the head and arm here and start to stretch his arm out, now he only has the one hand that's free to push, so it's not nearly as strong. So with stretching this arm out, one of the things that you can look for all the time is the arm triangle, or the head and arm choke. So what I want to do is simply walk his arm up as high as I can. Sometimes it'll be easier than others. Just be real patient with the position. You have a lot of leverage with your hand here. If he's keeping his elbow down, your hand crawling in the ground is actually quite strong. It doesn't seem like it would be, but it actually is. When I reach that maximum point where I can lift, I start to use my head and ear, okay? Now, we're ready to go. Now here's where you guys want to pay attention, and this is where you're going to succeed or fail with the movement. The choke doesn't have so much to do with where this arm is placed on his neck. It has to do with where this shoulder is on his neck. Okay, so if I have my shoulder set on his jawline, he's not going to be able to choke that much. If I drop it down about an inch on that carotid artery, now he's going to choke, and it's not going to take much effort at all. So you need to have the sensitivity, so when you're in the position, and realize if I'm driving forward a lot, see, I feel right now that his chin is in and I don't have my shoulder on his throat. So I don't want to stop everything that I'm, give up everything that I've done. I just want to make that little adjustment. If my shoulder's not in the right spot, I'm just going to back off him a little and drop my shoulder down. See, now I feel like I'm in his throat. Now there's different ways that you can finish this, and that they're all good. You can squeeze here, grab your own bicep, behind his head, behind your head. All those are fine. The one that I tend to like, I'll simply grab his shoulder like so. This hand comes underneath his head, and I grab the opposite side of my tricep. So my arms aren't folded or crossed or entangled at all. It's just an inward squeeze right here. I can actually squeeze just like that and make him tap. Some of you guys might find it more useful to dismount and go to the side control, because now I have the added angle of this 90-degree angle, which gives me a lot of power too. Here it's very low strength. And he goes tap out from the pressure. So if I can really stress anything, it's about that shoulder pressure in his neck. Head and arm control. One of the reasons you'll miss it is you get so excited in driving. You see how my shoulder just came up real high? So that's fine, but just make sure that when you go to finish the movement that you make the adjustment and get your shoulder in his throat. Now you're going to be able to have that pressure. And he should tap out much, much quicker. You're not going to just be mashing him with all your strength, and then, a tough guy's going to ride out that pressure.